Hello everyone, I am Satarupa Pyne. I say it's Satarupa because I'm a Bengali. I'm sure Mr. Ganguly will know why I pronounce Satarupa, but whenever I walk in for any casting or auditions in Bombay, the moment I enter and I say, hi, I'm Satarupa, the person tells me, sorry, come again. I say, it's Satarupa. Okay, what does it mean? I tell them that it means beauty and 100 forms. So we Bengalis do have to, make people understand what our names mean because it gets a little difficult for others to understand. So here before, I was standing backstage and I had to tell my name twice because nobody understands the meaning of Satarupa. So today, before I could start, I explained my name. It's Satarupa, and I pronounce it as Satarupa. So I would like to start saying that I have not done anything profoundly impactful like other TED speakers to give a speech, but then I have a journey. I can say that I'm very happy with where I have landed and how I have started. I was a tomboy when I was in school. I had short hair, and my father was not very profoundly happy with the kind of appearance I had when I was a child. So he's like, what should I do with you? You're like, you behave like a boy. You put your hands in the pocket. And I used to copy my father, like whatever he would do. He would have a big bag where he would keep all the papers. He would write notes. He'll throw it like that. I would just copy how he would write notes and throw. I would just copy my father, and I put my hands inside the pocket, and I would pose in front of my mother. So nobody was too happy with me the way I behaved. I was not ladylike. So he said that I'll give you to sports. I'll enroll you to some kind of sports. I said, okay. So I was enrolled to volleyball. Then I got a life. I really enjoyed playing volleyball. I played it well. I took it seriously, and I won 18 gold medals. And I remember one match which I was playing against Kerala. West Bengal team was playing against Kerala. I was the top smasher and the blocker in the team. So once the top smasher and the blocker comes from the first court to the second court, she doesn't get to, she doesn't get the chance to smash the ball and finish the ball. So I was in the second court, and we had that last chance of winning that match. And the lifter who would lift the ball to the smasher to smash it had no chance to pass the ball to me because I was in the back court. And luckily, the team has a lot of expectations from me because I was the captain of the team. So when I was at the back court and I had that last ball, I was not expecting the lifter to lift that ball to me because from back court, it gets hard to smash the ball. So what she did is, out of my, I was not aware of that she's going to do that. She didn't lift the ball to the main smasher who was standing. She lifted the ball to me. And without prior notice, she just, people would call me Bonnie in the fields. So she said, Bonnie, smash. And that one ball, if I miss, I'm going to lose the match, and we lose a gold medal. Our national team loses a gold medal. And I had nothing in my mind that time. I wanted to win the match. I still remember that day. The ball was passed to me. I took an appearance of, I faked an appearance. I wanted to show to the other team that I want to smash the ball, but I didn't smash. I took an appearance like this, and I dropped the ball. And believe me, the 6 players in the Kerala team, they were all stranded. They were looking at me like that. They didn't know what's happening. And we won the match. So all I was looking at is to win the match. And that's how I have taken my life ahead. That was one journey. I was announced the Best Player Award. I still remember the announcement when they said, chess number 4, please come up. You are the best player of this tournament. I remember that because those are those moments you would love to share or cherish. Later on, I was bored with games. I felt there's no glamour to it. The national volleyball women team doesn't get treated well because that game is no cricket, no football. So you don't get a good treatment. I felt that I should stop playing volleyball. My father was not too happy with the decision, but then I stopped. Once during Saraswati Puja in Kolkata, I was a tomboy, okay? So I went down to greet all my friends wearing a yellow sari. My friends started laughing at me. They cracked up. They laughed so much that I felt very embarrassed and hurt. I went up, I cried it to my mother, Mom, for the first time I wore a sari, and they started laughing at me. What do they expect me to do during Saraswati Puja? I am not supposed to be on my shorts and jerseys. I play volleyball. That doesn't mean that I don't want to wear a sari, but that's very embarrassing. That's a time, I'll tell you honestly, I didn't feel good about not looking ladylike. I changed myself. There was this contest coming up in Kolkata, clam hunt or something. For fun, with one of my friends, I've enrolled myself, taking 3 pictures from the studio. I took a face shot, a middle shot, and a full length shot, and I sent it to the authorities. And they selected me. And the first day when I was standing in front of esteemed judges, they asked me to introduce myself. I spoke quite okay, I spoke well, but then what comes is you have to walk the ramp. And I didn't know what to do because nobody groomed me. I have put my hands like this, and I posed like this, and I started walking the ramp. The rule 1, before you pose or you start a ramp show, is to put your fingers like this, and this thing has to go behind your waist. I didn't know that, and that's one grammar. You can't go wrong when you are appearing for a contest or a beauty contest. You can't put your hands like this, and I didn't know that. So I started the ramp, they stopped me. It's like, you just go, get your things correctly, what you have to do, then you come back. They didn't allow me. They're like, okay, so this is not, you should not think about doing this. We'll call you back, we're really sorry. You should go back home. I don't mind going back home. What I didn't like is, you should not think doing this. She said, you should not think of doing this. You should not think. That's when I thought of doing it. And believe me, the mentor who was standing there, who was grooming us that time, I changed everything upside down. I've groomed myself. I've made sure nothing goes wrong with my appearance, with my kind of runway walk, with my kind of whatever I do on the runway. And with the mentor, I got an opportunity to work on the same platform. I was addressing her as ma'am. So nice to work with you on the same runway. She said, you don't call me ma'am, you call me by my name because you're working in the same platform. From there hadn't been any turn back. So what I want to tell you is, change everything that you want to change in your life. From where I have started to where I'm landing, I cannot really go backwards and think what I've done, because I've changed a lot of things. I've changed how my parents wants to think about me. I've changed a lot of things. Everything was a journey. Everything, nothing was easy. Trust the process. I would not like to waste much of your time, but I would like to say today when I was the top model, I worked for Lakme Fashion Week, not knowing how to stand on the runway. I took it so seriously, not because of taking it seriously, just because I know when someone tells you don't think of doing it, that's the time when I thought of doing that specially. So that's the time. From there, I have worked for Lakme Fashion Week. I've done Will's Lifestyle. I've done Blender's fashion tours. There can't be any designer I didn't shoot with. I've shot for Manish Malhotra. I've shot with Sabyasachi. I've been to Sabyasachi's house. I've been his muse in Calcutta. I got lucky to shoot for many people during this course of 6-7 years. After that, again, I got bored. I was like, okay, I got it. Now what? What is next? I thought I should do acting. This was my 6th audition. I was been called by Madhur Bhandarkar in his office. I was shaking, like I'm shaking right now. I was literally shaking because I was quite a fan of his work. I met him. He said, "You've got beautiful eyes." I said, "Thank you, sir." He said, "Dard hai aankhon mein." I said, "Thank you, sir." "Tabbu jaisa dikhti hai." I said, "Thank you." "Chal aaja audition mein. Kar lete tera audition." "Okay, sir." So now that's one do or die situation. No director. First of all, you don't get to sit with a director, and even a director talking to you like that, beautiful eyes, good figure, all the best, doesn't happen. You got to be lucky to sit beside a director and get that. I knew I was lucky somehow to just sit there in his office because he's called me. He needed a Bengali girl in the script. So I was there. The first thing I was thinking is, what would I do when I get the script? See, all of this are very new to me. From volleyball smashing to this thing is a huge, huge journey. So for me, not getting groomed in acting to go for my first audition was quite a task. I still remember I had to smoke a cigarette and do the acting during the casting process. So I didn't smoke that time, but I didn't say it to anyone. I took a smoke, I coughed a bit, but then I managed it. I took the smoke and I remember the dialogue. The dialogue is I have some ironical connection with this dialogue, which I had to do during the audition. ये जगह ही ऐसी है, यहाँ कब क्या बदल जाए किसी को पता नहीं चलता है. तुम्हारी आँखों में दिख रहा है, पहचान नहीं पाओगे, ना खुद को, ना किसी और को. Be careful. Be very careful. That was the dialogue. I didn't think. I'm like, okay, this is what I have to do. I have to just copy Kangana Ranaut. Just go, take her body language. She was standing like this with dark coal eyes. So I took her body language well because I love copying languages, body languages. So I stood there. I did what Kangana did in the loo. ये जगह ही ऐसी है, यहाँ कब क्या बदल जाए किसी को पता नहीं चलता है. तुम्हारी आँखों में दिख रहा है, पहचान नहीं पाओगे, ना खुद को, ना किसी और को. Be careful. I simply copied that. I didn't think. Who's judging me? Who's going to say, oh, why are you copying her? You do it yourself. I said, sir, this is the same. हाँ हो गया चलो. अब करीना का वो वाला सीन कर दो, जहाँ पे तुम्हें रोना है और अपने बहुत रोना धोना है वहाँ पे. हम ठीक है सर, वो तो हो जाएगा. Over acting is easy. So यही बहुत difficult था. So I did it and I left. I get a call back. They say, oh, we want to see you in the office. And that's the first time I signed that film. After that, I feel really good that I have signed a film because Bollywood without a godfather, difficult. Without a proper connection, difficult. Without a proper talent, difficult. It's a difficult place. So here, one film means a lot to me, but then I'm doing more films. I'm doing regionals. I'm doing another Bollywood film, which is coming up. What I want to say is, change everything which you think you can't change. Trust the process. Nothing happens until you change it and choose a little pain in life. you cannot remain the same. You have to choose the path of not remaining the same, which can overweigh the, remaining the same can overweigh the pain of change. Love yourself in the process of owning your story, own your life, and change everything. Don't be too comfortable with your situation. Uncomfort is good. That's what I have learned in life. When you're uncomfortable, there you earn something. You cannot be comfortable with your situations always. If you're too comfortable and you're very happy in life, oh, I got it, then you don't see what's ahead. Little uncomfort is good. So you can choose to be a little uncomfortable. Don't get too comfortable with your situations, and keep changing, because it's amazing. It's a fun ride. That's all. Thank you.